Start. Where do you see start?
Yeah. Start.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on the channel. Actually, I don't have Nitro with me at the moment. I'm going to try to get him in here, but we are back. Boston has just tied the game 30 seconds into the second period. Again, stick with me. I'm trying to get Nitro here, and we will... All right, here we go. Here come the Sharks into the zone, fires it. Ladies and gentlemen, I greatly apologize. Due to technical difficulties, we are not going to be able to have Nitro back, I don't think, for the rest of this game. But Nitro, if you can hear me, stay in the chat in case we're able to make that happen. But we are back here in the game, tied 1-1. San Jose from the point, trying to get something set up here. Back to Burns. Burns goes to shoot. It's stopped by number 74. And now, here come the Bruins. Trying to get it out of the zone. Krejci passes it back. Picked off by the Sharks in the neutral zone. Huge hit by Johansson. And now the Bruins get it deep in behind the zone. They're in behind Jones. Bumped off the puck. Johansson now with possession. Fires it back around. Wrestling for the puck in behind. Puck gets past a Boston player. Now here come the Sharks in through the neutral zone. And now San Jose trying to get something set up here. Ryan just onside. Passes to Carlson. Carlson tries to get it down deep. Chara picks it up with that huge stick of his. And now here comes Boston. Gets nailed in the neutral zone. Ryan with possession by the Sharks. That Bruin player slow to get to his feet. Now, here come the Bruins. Passed off to now in the neutral zone. Here come the Bruins in the offensive zone. Tries to get a set up. Shot goes to the corner. Kind of a weird angle on that one. Here comes Kane for the Sharks, who gets bumped off the puck, who turns around and hits a Bruins player, knocks him off the puck. It's just a case of hot potato back and forth right now. Here come the Sharks in the neutral zone. Nyquist now with possession, bumped off the hip puck with a huge hit. Puck falls into the corner, past kitty corner to center ice, picked off by the Sharks, who are now coming back into the zone, who gets bumped from behind. San Jose fires it on goal, saved by Rask, stoppage in play. Oh, definitely. I am working on the audio, Nitro, and I apologize. I'm going to get you back as soon as I possibly can. Here come the Bruins into the offensive zone. Pasternak turns around, trying to get something set up. Centers it. Shot by Marchand. Glove hand by Jones. And now, stoppage in play for the San Jose Sharks. Yeah, they definitely do. For those of you who may not be able to hear Nitro, he said that San Jose needs to get back on their game. They do not want to go back to Boston. They want to win this game right now in front of their home fans. Shot on goal, saved by Rask, who passes it out. Pasternak to Krejci. Krejci back to Pasternak. Picked off by San Jose. Bergeron, center of the slot, takes the puck, goes to clear. It's picked off by San Jose in the center ice zone. Here come the Sharks. Rifles it on goal. Rask down to make the save. And now we have a stoppage in play. I'm going to keep talking just in case we need to right now. If someone can let me know whether or not they hear Nitro in the broadcast, that would be greatly appreciated. Face off. Now Boston clearing it out. And now here come the Bruins, who are trying to take a lead in this game and keep this series extended. Krejci now passes it through. And now here comes San Jose. Now back to Boston. Boston across the blue line. I'm not sure who number 90 is, but he loses the puck and it goes all the way down, bumps off the referee's skate and down into the Boston zone, which eliminated the opportunity for San Jose to take advantage. But now Boston's having trouble getting out of their own end. And now we have a stoppage of play. Boston going to the power play for 2 minutes or less, which looks like a charging call. Let's see what Chara going to the box, the best defenseman for the Bruins. And I just see now that the screen is complete. I agree. We're having more technical difficulties than I had anticipated, Nitro. So I am going to hand the controls over to my wife to try to fix this for the video at least, and we will. I think, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get the audio back for this game, but I will continue to call it. And I wish you were able to broadcast, sir. San Jose into their own zone, coming out now on the power play. I can't quite see the time left there. 55 seconds left in the power play. San Jose looking to take the lead in this game. Fires hurdle, saved by Rask. And just like that, it could have been a 2-1 San Jose, but Tuukka Rask standing on his head, stopping that puck at point-blank range to keep this game tied at 1. 43 seconds left in the power play. San Jose wins. Pavelski now back to the point. Vlasic misses it. Here comes Marchand, shorthanded, 2-on-1. Bruins coming in, shoot, saved by Jones, who passes it out right in front of Bergeron. Bergeron unable to come up with the puck, though. Now the Sharks coming out of their own zone into the Bruins zone. Power play is over. Bruins kill the penalty. Carlo now passes it forward, picked up by Coyle. Coyle dumps it in. It's picked up by Vlasic. I believe that's Vlasic in behind the Sharks net. And now intercepted by Boston. Here comes Brad Marchand again. Brad Marchand passes it off, trying to get it through. Marchand with a huge shot, saved by Jones. Boston's passing is absolutely electric right now. Shot on goal, and we have a stoppage in play. This is TPCHL game time here on TPC Sports. Whether you're watching us on Mixer, Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, thank you for tuning in tonight. We are having audio issues. We've lost Nitro. We are going to try to bring him back. In the meantime now, 1-1 here in the second period. Almost a pickoff and a goal by Boston. Here come the Sharks in through center ice. Gets rifled off that puck with a cannon of a blast of a hit. And now Boston going the other way. McAvoy picks up the puck, goes to pass it in, but it doesn't go very far. And now Char with an absolutely devastating body check there at the blue line. And now the Sharks saying that they're going to hit as well. And that, I believe... Now San Jose with possession coming through the neutral zone, trying to get set up. Boston doing everything they can to get possession, and they do. They intercept a Coyle. Coyle now passes it off, and now the Bruins with 8 seconds to go coming through. And now fire, and they score! 3.8 seconds left in the second period. If you were here for Game 3, this is exactly the same setup and play that San Jose burnt Boston with, and now Boston takes a 2-1 lead with 3.8 seconds left in the second period.
Well, going to look at that play, it looks like Jones gave up on it. I mean, Johansson with the shot, but taking a look at it, it looks like Jones kind of gave up on it a little bit. So he was beating blocker side, but give Johansson credit, knowing what was time on the clock, took an extra second to get that shot off, and he burned Jones, who I think thought the clock was going to expire.
Yeah, I'm of the same opinion there, Nitro. But I said it in Game 3, and I'll say it again in Game 4. Thank you to Paul Sharon, my math teacher. The first 10 seconds are as important as the last 10 seconds, and we saw why both in Game 3 and now in Game 4. We're going to do an audio check to see whether or not we can hear Nitro at this point.
So I hope everybody can hear me today.
Yeah, go ahead.
So taking a look at the replay here, we had one goal disallowed, and then the 2 goals that were allowed by the Boston Bruins after the power play debacle. But either way, the Bruins with a 2-1 lead now in game number 4. Shots on goal are 12-10 in favor of San Jose. Hits are 20-12 in favor of the Bruins. Time of attack a little bit in favor of San Jose, but not by much. Passing much more in favor of San Jose here in this game, 81% to 68. Boston needs to clean that up into period number 3. Faceoffs in favor of San Jose, 14-9. Power plays were in favor, look like in favor of San Jose. And we are going into period number 3.
Yes, we are heading to the third period, and I'm proud to announce, Nitro, that the audience can hear your sultry voices back here on the broadcast. Welcome back, sir.
Well, thank you. I'm glad they were able to hear me.
No, I am as well. Boston now with a 2-1 lead. San Jose wins the opening faceoff of the third period. Now, Pavelski goes to pass the puck. The forward is tied up in front of the net. Pass doesn't go anywhere. Now Boston trying to get back out of the zone. And Meyer picks up the puck. And now Boston back in 1-on-5. It looks like Boston is starting with a very weak forecheck, trying to keep as many men back as possible. So in the event that San Jose gets the puck, that everyone's back to stop them. Smart move by Boston, but protecting a 1-goal lead is no way to win a hockey game or keep in a series. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Boston.
No, and although they do catch San Jose with the icing, and so they get the tired legs, which they weren't able to take advantage of.
Exactly. Now Boston rifles it back in behind the net. Picked off by San Jose in the slot. Goes for the shot. Stick handled and puck stolen away by the Bruins. Bergeron now across the blue line. Goes to pass it, and he does. Boston, Bergeron with a shot. Saved by Jones. Stoppage of play. 16:25 left here in the third period.
And he had Marchand on the other side. So that was another example of he had the pass on the other side. And had he got it to Marchand, he would have had a wide open net. No one was on him. He would have made it 3-1. Gotta watch out.
You definitely do. Shot deflection just goes wide. San Jose bobbles the pass. Boston right there to pick it up. Now San Jose, Dillon has possession. And coming out of the zone through center ice, picked off by Boston. Here come the Bruins. Hurdle now, dumps it in deep, just goes past Rask, in behind the net. Boston picks it up. We have a fight initiated, and we do. We've got a fight. Chara going one-on-one with Kane. I don't want to say this is going to be one-sided, but remember when Hulk fought Andre? Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to see right now. In fact, I would say Andre versus Coco Beware. It is going to be a one-sided fight right now. Chara just with haymakers, Kane being lambasted here, and down he goes, and that is it. What do you think of that, Nitro?
Not a fight I would do. Not against Chara. I have met him when he played for the Islanders. I met him. He was one of the nicest guys I ever met, but definitely not someone I want to rattle. But he did the right thing. He came to the defense of his player, and he threw him on the ice. He's like, yeah, you're not going to hit my player after the whistle. And I'm going to throw you to the ice like a rag doll. And that's exactly what he did.
Wait a second. Kane arguing over something. I don't know. Oh, he's been ejected.
Oh,
Kane has been ejected.
There must have been something else. So there's going to be a major penalty to Boston.
Boston with a 5-minute power play here. 5 minutes to play with, regardless of what happens. That penalty clock does not expire until full 5 minutes are done. What an opportunity for the Bruins. And now Boston deep in the zone, bumped off the puck. San Jose, Boston needs to make sure they don't take a penalty right now and negate this five-man power play. And now, wait a second, offside by the Bruins. And now the faceoff will come back out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, Boston needs to take advantage. They need to get some momentum going into Game 5. They need to score some goals here and just put this game away. Don't let San Jose linger around. Just put this game away. Don't let them linger. Because if they linger and they kill it off, they're going to have all the momentum and they still could win it.
Yeah, we've seen San Jose score with 3.6 seconds left in the period. They could easily do it again here in Game 4. Now the Bruins into the zone. Fires, goes off Jones's pad. Quickly want to give a shout out to Slangel, who was able to come over and fix the production issues we were having. Thank you so much for that on behalf of not only myself and the TPC broadcast team, but the viewers as well, who were able to get Nitro back on this game and not a black screen. Boston into the zone, fires at Jones, down, makes the save. 2:20 left in the power play, 11:55 left in the game.
Yeah, and so we'll have to see what happens, but Boston not able to really get anything going on this power play. Again, this is crucial for them to score and, again, put this game away. Don't let San Jose linger around because, again, they're going to get some momentum off of this, and if not, it's not a good situation if they just let them linger. They got to just keep pushing and get a goal here.
Yes, I believe that you are 100% correct, but what I believe is happening is Boston is being very careful right now. They are not risking anything to give up a 2-on-1 or a breakaway while shorthanded. So they're trying to playing the puck at both ends. Oh, wide open net and can't put it past him. With a wraparound, Jones holds on. 1 minute left in the power play, 10 minutes and 37 seconds left in the period. But the way this is going for the Boston Bruins, that might as well be an hour right now, Nitro. They want to get back to Boston, but the time is not clicking down fast enough for them.
Nope, and that wraparound reminded me of a specific goal, which I'll get to.
Shot on goal. Jones loses it from the rebound. Vlasic now with possession. Picked off at the point by Pasternak. Pasternak fires it in. Great save by Jones right in front of the net. And now
Pasternak stopped by Jones. What a save. And what I was going to get to on that wraparound while I have it second is we have an injury to Vlasic, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. We'll have to send our guest broadcaster, who's, I think, sleeping past his bedtime.
Yeah, we'll send him back to see what we can do. Face-off won by the Bruins. Seconds left in the power play. Bergeron now with possession. Passes it back to the point to McAvoy. McAvoy circling around. Power play is over. Boston keeping possession, keeping the puck away from the Sharks. Rifles it, saved by Jones. Now in behind the net. Here come the Sharks. Pressure on. Only trailing by a goal with 8 minutes and 54 seconds left in game number 4. Boston in behind the net. Passes it back to DeBrusk. DeBrusk passes forward to McAvoy. McAvoy in across the blue line, getting in deep, getting pucks on net is their big goal right now. And now San Jose with possession. Here come the Sharks. In through center ice, not passing it off, keeping possession. Nyquist now passing, going for the centering pass, and 3 Boston Bruin players there in front of the net to make sure that does not happen. Bergeron in, gives it to Pasternak, who immediately slap passes it into Jones, who's forced to sit down and freeze the puck. 6:43 left in the third period.
Yeah, and Jones knows what's at stake too. He knows that he can't give up another goal. And look at the shots on goal in this period, 10-0 in favor of Boston.
Boston doing everything they possibly can to smother the Sharks, not allow them a chance to come back, keeping the foot on the throat, and now again intercepted by Boston. Boston gives up the puck. It's now a 2-on-1. Boston, did you see that Boston immediately threw 2 men in front of the net, so if any sort of cross-crease pass came, that it would be intercepted. You can tell Boston is doing everything they can to prevent the sure goal of a cross-crease one-timer to ensure that they go back to home for Game 5. San Jose now at the point. Carlson goes to pass it. It gets bumped. Backus now. Now, here come the Bruins taking their time. Passes it back to Backus. Backus coming in. Moves around a player. Dances around. Shoots. Saved by Jones. Carlson now 3:40 left on the clock as he takes a look up at the scoreboard. Meyer now to Pavelski. Pavelski coming in 1-on-3. The Bruins now with possession again, circling around. Those little plays where they're just kind of circling around a little bit. Doesn't look like much, but it's taking time off the clock. Carlson now with possession. Here come the Sharks. 2:25 left in the game. Regulation time at least. Boston, Carlo now takes the puck, comes into the zone, dumps it deep, taking more time off the clock. This is a clinic right now by the Boston Bruins. This is the Boston Bruins we've seen all season. They are back in mid-season form at this point. Here come the Sharks, knowing that there's only a minute left in the game, and they are down by a goal, trailing Boston. Thornton picks it up, passes it off to Braun. Braun gets bumped at the blue line, and the Sharks are offside with 53 seconds left in the third period, Nitro.
So we'll have to see if the Sharks have any different opinion of removing their goaltender than the Boston Bruins did. They have not had a shot on goal in this.
And now here come the Sharks, who tried to get the puck in, but it's taken out by the Bruins. Pavelski picks it off at the blue line. It's great save. Rask, shot on goal, deflection, score. Wait a second, the referee is saying no. That was a high stick.
A high stick, perhaps. Yeah, looks like a high stick. Let's see.
They're going to go back up and review this.
I didn't see it. Let's see if we can get another angle at it. I didn't see the high. Let's see. Where is the stick of the player?
It's under the goal. It's under the crossbar. I think this goal is going to count.
That's going to be overturned, I think.
No goal.
Wow.
Unbelievable. from my vantage point,
that's why Toronto has the final say.
that is correct, sir. I would have thought that would have been a goal. The HP Pavilion right now is absolutely in shock. Sorry, the SAP Center. And now Boston with a second chance at life here. But that goal disallowed. Here come the Bruins. 30 seconds to play. Boston circling around, trying to get something set up. Braun intercepts. Here come the Sharks. Coming down the ice now. San Jose with possession. Boston trying to circle things around, keep as much time off that clock as possible, trying to get it in deep. They need to turn around and just dump the puck. No, here they come. They're coming in. Boston trying to set up a goal. I would be more concerned about just making sure that the puck stays deep. Saved by Jones. 6.9 seconds left in the game, Nitro.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. We had 2 goals disallowed tonight. One that I definitely thought didn't have any clue because I didn't see the kicking motion on the first one, and on the second one I also disagreed with the referees, or the Toronto booth as we call it, because I didn't see it. Looked like the stick was below the crossbar. Either way, no matter what, give the Bruins the credit they deserve. They are going to force a Game 5 back in Boston.
Yes, they definitely are. Congratulations. There we go. Congratulations to the Boston Bruins, who stay alive in this series and are going back to Boston for Game 5. We don't have the exact time and date of Game 5 as of yet. As soon as we have it, we'll post it all over the place, including our Twitter account and our new Facebook page. So make sure that you follow both of them, both TPC Sports Live on Twitter and TPC Sports Live on Facebook, to get updates. Let's look at the final stats there, Nitro. What do you see?
So 23 shots to 14 in favor of the Bruins, 26 hits to 20 in favor of the Bruins, time of attack in favor of the Bruins. The only thing that was not in that game was passing, which was 73 to 69, something that the Bruins definitely need to address going into game number 5. Faceoffs were pretty much dead even, and there were tons of penalty minutes, 27 to 14. A lot of time on the penalty, and penalty minutes 7 to 4. Both teams 0 for 2, but again, the big number is that 0 for 2 for Boston. They had a 5-minute major that was killed. We don't know the concern of that 5-minute major, what it was called. But again, we do know that they were killed off. So we're setting the stage for Game 5, right? Again, in a must-win situation for the Boston Bruins. The San Jose Sharks in the same position that they've been in. They can win it in Boston. Now, I know they want to have happy fans there, so I'm going to assume that they're going to put all the pucks that they can at Rask coming into their arena and see if they can keep that Boston place as quiet as possible. We'll have to see. I'm kind of gonna be on my toes waiting to hear when that game is going to be broadcasted, because I should be there with you, buddy.
I would love to have you there. Nobody wants to miss these games. Actually, we're trying to line up an interview with one, if not both, owners right now. So hopefully we can find out while we have them on the line when we are going to see Game 5 back in Boston. Just waiting to gain information on that. Get your GGs in chat. I see a few of them there now. Colbus 1984, our broadcast partner, as well as Slangel and Carblender. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a TPCHL playoff action. We thank you for spending your evening with us. Again, we're just trying to get something lined up here interview-wise. We will, as soon as we have confirmation of that, we will go to that interview. And again, Nitro, fantastic action here tonight in the TPCHL.
Yeah, and what's going to be really interesting is to see how the two non-goals affect these two teams. Now, it didn't affect the final score here ultimately because both teams had one disallowed. I would like to have been in that control room to see why they ultimately disallowed both of them. I didn't see a distinct kicking motion off of the first one when Boston scored what looked like the tying goal at the time. And for this one, for San Jose, which would have given them the tying goal here late in the third period. But again, that's why their control room does what they do best, right? They have a lot more angles than we do, so their angle must have been better. They must have been able to see right at that crossbar that stick was high enough that they just decided that, you know, it was hit with a high stick, no goal. So I'm going to assume that going into Game 5, they're going to be more careful. Both teams are, to make sure that A, their sticks are a little lower, and B, that the goals are sure goals no matter what. They don't want to have anything left on that to thought of going into Game 5.
You're totally right, Nitro. In fact, we have the owner of the San Jose Sharks, Shane, just waiting for the interview. I'm going to bring him in here so we can talk to him. Just give me 1 second to set this up, folks. Actually, okay, what we're going to do, Nitro, we're going to jump over to the general chat. So if you want to click on general, we'll go over there so we can talk to Shane. So I'm going to pop over there. We'll be right back, folks. And now Shane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, the owner of the San Jose Sharks, Shane's Gaming, who I have to admit, you are a trooper, sir, for staying up this late to get this game in. Welcome to the interview segment. Glad to talk to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime. So I know you have to be slightly disappointed with not being able to close out the series in a sweep and at home. But the good news is, sir, is you have a 3-1 lead, a commanding lead in this series. What's going through your mind right now?
Bit disappointed from Game 4. The player getting chucked out the game, getting an injury, that did not help at all. I'm kind of happy with the 3-1 lead.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, we saw Vlasic head to the back, being assisted to the back. Hopefully, whatever it is going to be minor, and he'll be back for Game 5 in Boston. But yeah, you have played an absolute clinic of a series so far. And
thank you.
You're welcome.
Any thoughts on? I know we heard from Meter at the end of the end of Game 3. Are you on the same? What was your thoughts of pulling your goaltender Jones at the end of the game for that extra attacker? Now, of course, you had the goal disallowed. So that being put aside, any chances of Jones going to the bench for that extra attack?
See, I was actually thinking of, like, from Game 1 when my team scored like 4 seconds to go. Hopefully I could do the same there again, but didn't happen that time.
No, but you definitely, I mean, unfortunately it didn't work out for you in that aspect, but I want to go back to Game 3 for a second, because you were down 1-0 with 3 seconds left in the second period. And really, Shane, that's when the game turned around. You put that rifle of a shot into the back of the net, and then momentum carried you over into the third period, where you scored 2 goals in less than a minute and a half in order to take a commanding 3-1 lead. I mean, that shot in the arm, that boost must have been absolutely incredible. And your explosive offense, no one can count you out. If you can score a goal with 3 seconds left on the clock, you are definitely in any contention till that horn goes or that clock hits all zeros.
Yeah, that first goal in Game 3, that's what I needed.
Yeah,
that's the best team.
Yeah, well, in Game 4, like we were calling the game live, and that did not look like a high stick. We both said that goal is going to count. We thought the game was tied at 2 with less than a minute left in the third, and for whatever reason, we didn't see the same vantage point that the referees could view, and they deemed it a non-goal. But I mean, the thrill of tying the game only to have that snatched away from you must have been devastating on the San Jose bench.
Yeah, it definitely was. Once I seen the replay, it was just over the bar, the stick.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like you were, reaching for piñatas. I mean, your players were right there at crossbar length, and unfortunately, just an inch the wrong way, and unfortunately, the goal gets taken back. But yeah. Shane, while we have you here, going into Boston for Game 5, what is your plan to close this series out in 5 games on the road in Boston?
Probably try to get an early lead. hopefully I get a shutout.
Well, yeah, that you don't want to jinx it, but yeah, that would definitely be quite a way to win the first ever TPCHL championship. And let's just talk in hypotheticals for a moment. If you win this series, and with a 3-1 commanding series lead, that's not out of the realm of possibility by any stretch. You would make history not only as the first ever TPCHL champion, but you would be the first ever dual sport TPC Sports champion, as you are season 5 winner in the TPCFL and potentially season 1 winner in TPCHL. That's a lot of gold coming your way, sir, if you are able to do this. So thoughts on something like that you're representing 2 different sports in 2 different championship games?
It's just amazing to be in these types of games, competitions. Yeah. At the moment, I'm trying to keep that in the back of my mind.
Right.
So the kind of pressure's kind of off a wee bit.
Right. I didn't mean to put you in a position like that. But yeah, no.
Sure, Landra. You make all the pressure. Meter yelled at me about the shutouts. I'm going to yell at you. Don't any more pressure on the dude. He already has enough.
Oh, and again, as a broadcast journalist, I apologize, Shane. I probably shouldn't have mentioned that till you had your hands on the championship. But yeah, no, as the take the hat off as a commentator and put my hat on as the league founder and the person that set up TPC Sports, this is quite a story. This is something quite unique. So I'm interested to see how it plays out. But that's the last I'll say about it until we crown a champion this season. I do not want to jinx it any further for you, Shane. But Nitro, do you have any final questions here?
No, just looking forward to game number 5. I know you and Meter will sit down and discuss, and of course we will make sure that we get it broadcasted. But I'm going to wish you the best of luck going forward, and I really hope that you guys are. I know for the fans, they probably hope you guys go all 7, and for you guys, you may want to end it sooner than that, but I think our fans may want 7.
Yeah, the fans at least in Mixer, have been super active and just totally into these games. So yes, I'm sure that if it went 7, you're not going to find many people other than possibly Shane and Meter himself complaining that that's a lot of hockey to play, but the fans are definitely a fan of this. So Shane, I want to wish you the absolute best of luck going back to Boston in Game 5 with the potential to close this series out and become champion. So best of luck this week. Do we know when Game 5 is going to be scheduled for yet?
Yes, Saturday at 2 p.m. EST.
Okay, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, what was the date on that?
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So you heard it here first. 2:00 Eastern on Saturday afternoon will be Game 5 from Boston. But stay tuned here tomorrow night on the channel. We're going to have 2 TPCFL football games, starting off with Shane again. You're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're all over TPC Sports, Shane. It's going to be it's going to be Shane and the Seahawks taking on Mr. Glass and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we're also going to see Meter, the owner of the Boston Bruins, who also is the owner of the New England Patriots, taking on Crafty Dinners and the Baltimore Ravens, starting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and then another game at 8 o'clock. You don't want to miss that. Shane, I know that it's late. I'm going to let you get to bed, but we will talk to you tomorrow night during football, and we'll see you Saturday at 2 for Game 5 of the TPCHL Championship.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Shane. Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. And now, we're going to wait here for a second. We're going to be joined by Meter, the owner of the Boston Bruins, who said that he had a secret game plan, something that he was going to use going into.
Well, he's probably not going to tell Landrum. He's not going to tell us his secret.
No. I'm not even going to try to get it out of him. But what I wanted to say was it worked, whatever that plan was.
It definitely worked. And what I think happened was I think Boston just realized, maybe hopefully not too little too late, that they needed to just get back to what they were doing so well in the regular season and in the playoffs. So I think they just got back to what they did, the smothering type of play, and then we had those 2 weird non-goals. So either way, they both kind of washed each other out.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, I'm totally pumped for this. Game 5. I mean, there were a lot of people, I'm sure, in the back of their mind, this series was over when Boston was down 3-0. Boston just shut everybody up, changed their mind, won that game, and now we're going back to Boston for Game 5. Speaking of Boston in Game 5, the owner of the Boston Bruins, Meter, now joining us here in the booth. Meter, congratulations. It was a do-or-die situation, and you definitely did, sir.
I didn't die this time. You got it.
Yes, definitely. Congratulations on your big win, sir.
Thank you so much. Man, Shane is really, really good at that game. Really hard. But we played the way we were planning to play in the first game. I figured out a couple more settings that were a little bit cleaner for my defense to hang back a little more.
Right.
And do some trap defense, and that worked in our favor.
Yes, I noticed that in the third period, especially on the power play on a 5-minute major, you made sure that you had at least 3 players back so that if San Jose was able to get possession of it, that you could stop them in the neutral zone. So smart play on that one. But I got to tell you, at the same time, you're pretty gutsy there, sir. A 1-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey to try to protect, especially in an elimination game. But under pressure, you stood strong and made sure that no chance that the game or the series was ending tonight, where we're going back to Boston, which I hear is Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern, sir.
That is correct, and you know, Boston's where we're most comfortable. We dropped the first 2. We really disappointed the fans, and you know, Boston's been with us. They carry us, so we got to represent. We got to bring it back there and give those fans what they wanted in the first 2. Keep this series going forward, and you know, it's more than anything, it's just a pleasure to be able to play the game in this league and be able to play against somebody as good as Shane.
Oh, definitely. The Shane, I don't know if you heard the interview we did with Shane earlier. He said the competition in this league in entirety of TPC Sports is on another level. So you guys are definitely, you know, high-skilled competitors. And yeah, I respect the fact that you want to go back home to Boston and, you know, for lack of a better description, make things right for the fans in Boston. So we wish you the absolute best of luck on that, sir. Now, I was told by Nitro that I'm not allowed. Actually, he told me that
you're allowed. You're the owner, but I don't think he's going to tell you.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's a better way to describe it. And you know what? For censorship reasons and not giving away strategy, I'm not going to specifically ask it. But you said in the interview after Game 3 that you had received a little extra coaching, something you were going to try there. And clearly you won the game, so something worked right. But what you were talking about, did you make it happen?
Yeah, I mean, it was the same game plan as in Game 3. We just didn't follow through with it good enough, you know. The idea was to be physical, was to you know, when you hit people, it tires them out. And if you're physical early in the first, and you're able to keep them from putting a bunch of pucks in the net, then going into the second and the third, you're going to have an advantage because the other team's already tired. So a lot of the plan was to let the Sharks, you know, I think they're a faster team than we are. So let them use our physicality, knock people to the ice, and then let them tire themselves out trying to sprint around my guys while I just stay in position. And it worked out in this regard. And of course, a couple of big bumps took one of the guys out, and then a giant slap shot took out another one. And then of course those fights that damaged some faces. We were a little hot on the ice, but you know,
I'll be honest with you, Meter, because I know him not as well as I did, but I would not have had that fight with Big Z myself. I think that was a bad decision for them. He will definitely have some bruises, but yeah, he's one of the nicest people in the universe. But not to fight him.
Yeah, you don't want to go against. You don't want to go against someone who's 6'9", 200 something pounds, 230 plus pounds. Like that's a big boy. But Bergeron was in a fight too, and he held his own. And he gave the other guy a black eye. So, you know, and of course I had to with Chara. I had to fight. I didn't really have a choice. That was a charging, boarding injury. I had to stand up for my team. You got to follow the code.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, Meter. Yes. So, yeah, you're going back home for Game 5 on Saturday at 2 p.m. We talked about how Shane could be the first ever dual sport champion in TPC Sports, but You are also on the cusp of having the possibility of being a TPC champion in two separate bits. For the audience that may not know, we had a developmental league in football a few seasons back, and you went undefeated that season with the Baltimore Ravens. You went undefeated this season with the Boston Bruins in hockey. I mean, you and undefeated and championship runs seem to be kind of your thing.
Yeah, but if you remember the season 5 of the TPCFL, Shane took gold. He took the TPCFL championship game away from that Whitefish
Yes.
and his Dolphins, who, guess what, were undefeated. So
Yes.
Shane knows something about being a legend killer, about killing the guy who's historically won. He watches a lot of tape. He gets his practice in, and he, if we do fall to Shane, I can accept that, because losing to a two sport champion is kind of an honor in and of itself. So.
Yeah.
And I know you guys talked a little bit about the high sticking that waved off that goal.
Yes.
I think the angles on the replays were a little rough. The first, like the actual on ice shot, did show it high, but it was really, really close. That was a really hard one to call. The kicking, I don't agree with that call. Maybe I'm probably a little biased on that one, but I didn't see any forward momentum. I think it was just him sliding.
I from my point of view on both of them, I'm glad they kind of neglected each other on this one, but for all intents and purposes, I really thought that the first one, I didn't see any kicking motion, so I don't know what they saw. But again, I'm not in Toronto making that choice. And the same thing with the high stick. I didn't see it be a high stick. But again, that's why we don't make the calls.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I wouldn't have called that a kick, and the high sticking would have been a really tough one. I probably would have, because of where the stick was. It was just at bar level with the tip, like, reaching over the top. But regardless, like you said, they negated, and I was really glad that they did wave off that high sticking, because that was his moment right there, to come back. So amazing game, and my hat's off to Shane.
Always classy, always polite. Meter, thank you for your time here. I just asked the chat whether or not they had any questions for you. We're just going to stick around just for a second here to see if we get anything back on that. But while we have you here, tomorrow night you're in action with the New England Patriots taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Any thoughts about that game tomorrow night in TPCFL?
Yeah, I love the Ravens. If I wasn't coach of the Patriots, the Ravens are where I would be. That's where I started. They're a really good team, really strong. Crafty Dinners is, he is a perennial in the championship game.
Yes.
He's there just about every year. What is it? Three or four out of 7 seasons?
The first 4 seasons he was in the championship final. So yeah, he's
4 for 6.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah, oh yeah. Most definitely.
We're not looking. We don't look past anyone.
No,
we lost to the Chiefs this year. So I mean the Redskins. So when that's kind of a very humbling moment. So you come back and you gotta pick it up. So we dropped out of first place. I think we're still in first in the power rankings technically, but we're not first on the charts anymore. And that was something we were hanging our hat on there. So Patriots gotta come out strong and find a way around their defense. And I think we'll win the game if we can do that.
I can't wait to see that game. I'm actually not in the booth for that game, so I get to watch it as a fan, and I can't wait for that. We got a question from Commando Slippy in chat that says, what's the pressure like knowing both teams could be a dual champion? In fact, one of these owners will be a dual champion in the history of TPC Sports. So is there pressure with that?
I think there's more pressure on Shane right now with that specific thought. I think that for me, like it would obviously be amazing, but to lose to somebody who's a double champion is also amazing. So I'm kind of in a win-win situation in that regard. But I can't think about that far yet because we're down. We've only won one of the last 4 games. So next thing we need to think about is being a 2-game winning streak. And then we can talk in the future about the pressure of being a double champion, which I'm sure for Shane right now is probably pretty intense.
No, in fact, we talked about it earlier, and Nitro quickly reminded me that I could possibly jinx the whole thing.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, we can keep talking about it then. That's cool.
Definitely. But Meter, I don't want to take up too much of your time. But again, thank you for taking time to talk to us, not only at the end of Game 3, but here again at the end of Game 4. And looking forward to Saturday. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans who may be tuning into that game on Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Atlantic?
No, I look forward to seeing everybody there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us. Over on my stream, there's no audio other than the game audio. So I always suggest head on over to TPC Sports, Mixer, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, wherever, and make sure that you're watching the official broadcast, because the work that Langell and Nitro do, I've worked with both of you and I've listened to both of you, and you guys are both amazing. The production quality of these streams is second to none. There's no other. Somebody else, please do me a favor. Go out there and try and find another one who does what we do. You're not going to find it. It's unreal. So if you haven't followed yet, go ahead and do that right now. And thank you to all the fans who are sticking around and cheering me on.
Well said, sir. Well said. Thank you very much. We'll let you go, Meter. We'll see you on Saturday at 2. And again, put it on a different hat. We'll see you tomorrow night at 8. But yeah, Nitro, before we wrap it up, is there anything else that you wanted to say, sir?
Nitro is not in this chat anymore.
Nitro is gone. All right. Well, on that note, cue to keep Discord open so I can see. But yeah, okay, Meter, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for the 2 games tonight. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us. And we'll see you tomorrow night between the Patriots and the Ravens at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a great night, buddy.
You too.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Meter, the owner of the Boston Bruins, who staved off elimination, winning Game 4. We're headed back to Boston Saturday at 2. But again, I know I've said it, I sound like a broken record. Join us tomorrow night for 2 football games, the Seahawks and the Buccaneers, followed by the Ravens and the Patriots. You don't want to miss it. On behalf of Nitro, I'm Langell. We'll see you guys next time on TPCHL Game Time.